At the heart of the Ford plan to re-engineer the driving dynamics of their cars, crossovers, and trucks is their groundbreaking development of smart technology and intelligent systems. The smart technology story is so extensive and so sophisticated that it affects virtually every aspect of the driving experience, from information to entertainment to safety to connecting the driver to the outside world as never before imagined.
I think I've got 10 microprocessors on this car, and thank you Silicon Valley. But now what we're able to control, from the fuel efficiency and the way we control an engine, which nobody sees, to the way we control the nav screen and the radio, and we let you save songs that you've heard on the radio. That's really directly customer interfaced. It's really a dynamic industry that takes the best of technologies from around the world and puts them right at your fingertip. We are not the smokestack industry, and we're global, and we're very much cutting-edge technology.
Ford Sync is an advanced software platform that provides consumers the convenience and flexibility to bring digital media players and Bluetooth-enabled mobile phones into their vehicles and operate the devices via voice commands. And when married with Sirius satellite radio, it opens up the world to the driver. With features ranging from a sophisticated navigation system with turn-by-turn directions and accident bypass to voice-activated Bluetooth hands-free calling. And with Sirius Travel Link, drivers can call forth real-time traffic conditions, current and forecasted weather, lowest fuel prices, even sports scores, movie listings, personalized business data, all with 130 satellite radio stations and a voice-activated premium music system that can store up to 2,400 of your favorite songs. Along with the explosion in technology and new products is a revolution in communicating and building a genuine relationship with the new car buyers of today, many of whom, especially younger buyers, are reluctant to even consider an American car. There's no better example than with the upcoming American introduction of the new world car, the Ford Fiesta.
I'll never forget the first day, first couple days I joined Ford. I went over to the test center. I'm inside. This is a place where the first Thunderbird got tested and the first Mustang. And my grandfather was the 380th employee for the company. I mean, this was very special for me to go to this place. And I got to drive a Fiesta that was, at that time, 2 years ago, completely camouflaged. And Derek just said, just drive it. Tell me what you think. I've been testing and driving cars for 20 years, I tell you that. When I got out of that car, I had never driven a small car that had that kind of low-end torque and that was that tossable as a front-wheel drive car. I had not been in anything like that before. At that moment, I knew we had something really special. And since we get to reinvent our car line from scratch, we got to bring something to the market that isn't really there today. What I drove that day in November 2 years ago was the DNA for the new Ford. Fun to drive, super fuel efficient, low-end torque, take technology that only was in luxury cars or sports cars and bring it down to every man and woman. And I think that was the early promise that companies like Honda made, but then they moved away from that. In our passenger cars, that's what the media is starting to fall in love with, because they haven't felt it in a long time.
Fiesta launched in Europe to rave reviews from owners and the worldwide automotive press and will land in America in 2010. In preparation, Ford made a daring decision to bring in 125 European-built Fiestas and put them in the hands of consumers, young, discriminating buyers, no holds barred, free thinkers, all with extensive social media networks of their own. Letting the chips fall where they may, the driver's only requirement was to post their Fiesta experiences, good, bad, or indifferent, on their social networks, Flickr, Twitter, YouTube, or whatever. And what a groundswell developed. The excitement for Fiesta has been so overwhelming, it's given birth to a genuine movement, the Fiesta movement.
And literally, good or bad, however, whatever they did, they were able to post it. So I think for Ford, it was a big step for us because, one, it showed that we really had confidence in this fresh new product. And two, we earned the credibility and authenticity of not trying to filter what people were really going to say about the product. The things that customers share about it, I think, are really deemed real and authentic. I mean, we get people talking about how much they love anything from the cup holder to the technology that's in the vehicle. They're surprised by how fun to drive a small car is. People who drive it around get stopped on the street each and every day, asked to, what is this? And it really is surprising and different from Ford. So the reception's just been outstanding.
Even more important than using technology to keep drivers informed and connected is using that very technology to help protect drivers and to help protect the most precious cargo they will ever carry.
We set forth to say we want to go after safety, not just to meet the laws, but also to go above and beyond to our more stringent internal standards.
The Ford Motor Company has earned more 5-star crash test ratings and top safety pick awards than anyone else in the entire industry, domestic and foreign. But that's only the beginning. One of the biggest obstacles to overcome is driver distraction, the cause of nearly 80% of all accidents. Ford scientifically tests these circumstances through the use of their industry-leading driving simulator called Vertex, which stands for Virtual Test Track Experiment. Vertex is the only full-motion driving simulator operated by an automobile company in North America and is one of the most advanced laboratories in the world for studying driver behavior. Learning the effects of driver distraction and how to overcome these circumstances has shaped cutting-edge technologies to help drivers avoid dangerous crash situations with radar, camera, and ultrasonic sensors to detect objects and give the driver visual and audio alerts. Ford continues to pioneer the safety effort with a particular focus on younger drivers, who statistically are the most at risk to get into an accident. Ford's answer is the MyKey technology, a revolutionary safety feature designed to control vehicle characteristics and performance to promote safe driving habits among new drivers.
Just take one of the 2 standard keys that come with the vehicle, put it in the ignition, go into the message center menu and turn on the MyKey mode. Then hand that key to your teenager, and every time thereafter when that key is being used, you're not buckled up, the radio won't work. It will limit the maximum volume of the radio, it'll limit the maximum speed of the vehicle. When your son or daughter have demonstrated excellent driving behaviors, you can then turn the system back off and have 2 full function keys.
The Ford Motor Company safety engineers continue their tireless pursuit to keep families safe with yet another industry first. Ford is introducing the auto industry's first ever production inflatable safety belts, which are designed to provide additional protection for rear seat occupants, often children and older passengers, who can be more vulnerable in the event of an accident. Ford's work on safety is never routine. Every person who touches this area understands that the dynamic work they do and every obstacle and challenge they overcome may help save lives. The great economic collapse of this decade severely affected every individual and institution in America. To be sure, it brought the automotive industry to its knees. Many across the country were more than willing to let the American automobile industry die, a decaying Rust Belt relic of days gone by. They had little sympathy for the city that became the automotive capital of the world in the 20th century, or the industry in that city that put the world on wheels, that was the engine of the American Industrial Revolution, was the arsenal of democracy during the World Wars, that raised the standard of living and quality of life of all Americans. Many were perfectly willing to abdicate the powerful manufacturing base that made America great, convinced that the bastion of innovation and technological leadership had somehow been lost to other players on the world stage. One American institution, however, is proving that nothing could be further from the truth. Having braved the perfect storm, the Ford Motor Company, on its own, is today re-emerging as a new leader in global automotive research and innovation, and in the way it is delivering its vehicles to people of all ages and lifestyles. The cars, the crossovers, and the trucks coming out today are setting a new world standard. Those just over the horizon are unlike anything the world has ever seen. But even more importantly, there is a new beat in the step of the men and women of this great American company, a new energy and excitement that permeates the culture of Ford and is based on a simple realization that something very special is happening there. It's happening in their workers. It's happening in their Lincoln, Mercury, and Ford dealers across the country. It's an energy and excitement driven by the new pioneers leading this company, and born in the knowledge that their purpose is not only to provide the world with great products, but to play a bigger role, a role in building a better America and a better world, in enhancing the human condition, in leaving a legacy for our children and our children's children.